today with the update on my project pan. It's gone better than the last 2 times I've attempted to do project pan. Some products I have done really well on and I'm really happy with my progress, and some products I have done a spectacular fail on. So I'm going to start with my empties because that's the exciting bit, and then I'm going to talk you through some of the products I actually decided to remove from my project pan, and I'll let you know the reasons why. So my empties first. These 3 Illamasqua Hydra Veil pots. These are just sample pots. I knew I could finish these in a month. I used them every day for about, I reckon it took me about 2 weeks to use them all, using this primer every day. I didn't like it. I didn't hate it. If I got another sample I would use it, but I would never buy the full size because I just didn't feel like it did anything. And I didn't like the way it felt on my face. It felt really, really sticky. I'd maybe try the matte veil. I wish they'd send out sometimes samples of the matte veil, but I always seem to get the Hydra Veil. But I think that's because that's the one like the most known for. But yeah, these were kind of okay, but I used them and they were an easy product. But seeing as one of my products is an actual full palette, I don't feel bad for having some easy products in there. My next empty was also an easy one because it's the Urban Decay Perversion eyeliner. And this was quite small to begin with. I have a sheet of paper to show where it was up to. So this was my piece of paper with my markers on for the different products. This pencil was here. Oops, that's the lid. It was up to that mark and now it's down to there. I can no longer sharpen it, and the last time I sharpened it, it kind of, I don't know if you can see, it's got this kind of weird white thing, so I actually think there's like no more product in there. So yeah, as you can see, that's kind of how much I managed to use. It's not a lot, but it is an empty. So that is that. They're the only empties I've got for this month, but there are some items that I've made quite a lot of progress on. First I'm going to talk to you about a product that I decided to remove from my project pan. The Heather Shimmer lipstick. I wore it religiously for about 4 days into the project pan and then lost it. I think it's because I was taking it everywhere to work so I could reapply it, and I don't know where it is. I haven't lost it, like it's somewhere in my flat, but I don't know where it is. So that's getting removed from the project pan. I was debating also removing the Maybelline Colour Drama pencil because I used it a couple of times, but it's not a colour that I can wear super often because most days I'm at work and it's a really bright red. I'll swatch it for you just so you can see. Yeah, it's really, really pretty. Look, you can see my other swatches there. Yeah, it's gorgeous, and I wore it for a night out, but it's really hard to get a lot of use out of it. So I was going to remove this from my project pan because I barely used it, but I thought I'm going to persevere with it for another month, see how I get on. If not, I'll just rotate it back into my collection. I don't think there's much progress on my sheet, so yeah. It was that second line. Gone down slightly, but very little. So I'll give it another try this month and see how I get on. The next product is the Collection 2000 Gold Cream Eyeshadow. And I have hit pan on that, so I've used quite a bit. I feel like I could have done more with that, but I kind of kept forgetting to use it or not wanting to use it in my looks. I reckon I can make quite a bit of progress on that this month because once I've hit pan, I feel like it'll go like a bit quicker. The Freedom Pro Studio Primer Water, I was really happy with this because I'm going to show you. Can you see that line right there? That's where it was. And that's where it is now. So I've used like such a good amount. There's less than half left now. That will be done this month, I'm sure of it, as long as I keep using it every day. I don't mind this actually. I probably would repurchase this. It's a really nice priming water. I like to put it on and let it soak in while I'm doing my eyes and things like that. It does feel quite nice on the skin. It's not got a bad scent. Next, the Makeup Forever Aqualiner. I found a really cool way to use this with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. Kind of a neutrally brown look with this on the under lash line for a pop of colour, and I really like using it that way. I'll show you how much I've used. I think I've not done bad with this. Again, I could have done better. I feel like I only used it for like the last 2 weeks rather than the whole month, but I'm really glad I found a way of using it that I really enjoy. So if you look at that line there, so I've used a decent amount, I'd say, but there's still lots left. I don't think I'll do that in another month. I think it'll take a little bit longer, but we'll see how it goes. If I remember to use it for the whole month, I might nearly get it done, but I don't think I'm going to get the whole thing done. The Be Lovely Hand Cream. This was like, there was no sort of depression in it. It wasn't like squeezed at all. It looked full when I first had it. I don't really see a way of fully marking where it is, but it looks a lot different to last time. I've been trying to remember to use it, but to be honest, I forget to use hand cream. I recently found out my husband has been using it because he likes the smell, which is gorgeous. So I think he's helped me out a little bit there. But is that cheating? Oh well, it's still getting used. Next two products were concealers. So I had the NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer and the Makeup Forever Concealer Palette. The NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer I thought I would for sure finish this month. I mean, you can't tell. Excuse the sorry state it's in. It's been in our makeup bag for ages. I thought it was nearly empty, but I've kept on using it and it's kept on coming out. I mean, when you pull the dough foot out, there's barely anything on it. So it feels like it's nearly empty, but still going, which is good because I like this concealer. Because that one's been going, I've not been using the Makeup Forever one as much because I like that one better. I've used it a bit. As you can see, I've made a little bit of a mess of that shade. And I've experimented with using a few different shades as in different parts of my face. I still haven't touched that green, which I should do because it's supposed to do really good at covering up pigmentation, redness, and I get a lot of redness in my cheeks. But I just don't know how well it'd work me using that because I feel like my full coverage foundation already kind of hides that as much as I need to. But I will give it a try, see if I like the result even more because I'm supposed to be finishing this whole thing. And I think that's a lot of product. But we'll see how I get on. This one, the Naked Flush palette. Now this palette, I'm going to show you it compared to the picture that I used on the thumbnail for last month. It looks no different. I don't know why. I've used it every single day, or almost every single day. I think there may be slightly bigger pan on the bronzer. Maybe a little bit, maybe the highlighter, but that blush, again, I've used it almost every single day. It still doesn't look touched. So I don't envision having much progress with that again next month. I'm going to keep going with it because I don't mind using it every day. I think there's only been like the odd couple of days when I've used different bronzers or blushes, but I really would like to use more of that. I would really like to hit pan on that blush even if I don't finish it. The highlighter, it just doesn't seem to have budged. Again, I've been using that, but I've been focusing on it. The Maybelline Colour Tattoo in Pink Gold. I'm really happy with my progress on this one. If you remember last month, there was like a slight dip in it, barely anything. And now look at this pan. I feel like it's hard to say because it's like a really random shape of pan, but I reckon half of that is gone. Do you think half of it's gone or less? I think half's gone. I reckon in another month I can finish that. And I'm enjoying using it as well. I tend to use it all over my eyes and it gives a nice bit of shimmer. I really like that and I'm so happy that I've nearly finished it. I feel I've done really well with that one. Next up, the Bobbi Brown eyeliner. It's slow going with this. I didn't use it as much as I should have. Again, I think I kind of forgot this was in the pan halfway through the month. I made that dip a bit bigger. Maybe I'm close to sort of hitting pan there, but only in that one spot and there's loads of product left. But I don't mind again because that's quite easy to use. The Illamasqua Aurora highlighter. I haven't really been focusing on this. I was focusing on the Urban Decay highlighter, which is kind of the problem with having two highlighters in my pan, but I really thought that I would finish that one quite quickly, but I guess not. Yeah, I used it a couple of times. There's pretty much no difference really that you can tell. Victoria's Secret Body Mist was the other one. So that's the line where it was, and that's where it is now. Again, I really thought I'd use more of that, but I guess I've used quite a lot, and it's wider at the top, so I'm guessing it'll probably go quicker. Now I'm down to the thinner bottom bit. I reckon I can maybe finish that in a month if I'm really dedicated to this product. And the last product, the palette. I've really been focusing on this palette and working really hard on it, and I'm enjoying it actually. I used to pretty much do the same look with this palette all the time and reach for the same colours. But because I've been trying to pan the whole palette, I've been experimenting with colours I wouldn't normally use in the palette and trying out so many different looks. So I've been really having a good time and I've done well. Last month, if you remember, I only had pan on one colour and it was quite a small pan. Now I have pans on 4 additional colours. So if you have a look, I've nearly finished Tempera. The pan's bigger in Vermeer. I've got quite big pan in Primavera. And I've got baby pan in Love Letter. I've been loving that as a crease colour. Oh, I've also got pan in Raw Sienna as well. So I'm really happy with that. In terms of the other colours, there's a dip in Golden Ochre, quite a big dip in Blonde Fresco, a little dip in Cypress Umber. I'm gonna once I've hit pan on a shade, I'm going to stop focusing on it as much, I think, and try and hit pan on all the shades first and then work on finishing them. But I'm really happy with my progress for this month. I feel like to hit pan on the 4 shadows, I was really happy with that. I'm probably going to aim to, I don't know if I want to aim to hit pan on another 4 shadows this month. That is quite ambitious. I think I'm going to try and focus on one of these colours, probably the red ochre. If we focus on that colour and the warm taupe and try and hit pan on those, that's kind of my goals for this month, and if I do anything extra, that will be a bonus. So I finished 4 products and kicked 1 out of my project pan. So I'm going to add 5 new products in, and some of them are really easy again, so don't hate me for popping easy products in, but there are items that I want to get finished. So I wouldn't normally add a powder because it's easy for me to use powders up, I just go through them anyway, and I don't have a whole lot. But I'm just adding this powder in because it's annoying me. Because there's so little left, I kind of just started using the new one, which I should have finished this one first, but I think I'd just like to finish that last little bit of this product. And if it gets too hard to use, I'll just throw it out, but I think I can still use that because it's annoying to just have that sat in my drawer because I won't throw it away, I'm just leaving it, and you know, there's the last little bit in there, so I want to use that. I've also got a sample of a powder. Again, this is another easy one because it's sample. It's a sample from Sephora that I got when I went to Germany. It's Sephora Beauty Amplifier powder. It says colourless, smoothing, translucent setting powder. And I've been really excited to try it, but then because it's a sample, I've never reached for it. So I'd like to use that up, and that's small, so I don't think that'll take much using up. I'm adding this Pixie Brow Gel. Again, another sample size. Actually, I don't know if this is sample size or full size, but I mean, it's pretty small. You can see kind of where it's up to. It's like half used already. So I think that will be quite easy as well. I'm putting all the easy products in, but you know, they're still products. I'm popping a lip liner in. It's a Makeup Revolution lip liner in the colour Crime. This is a really nice pink. I'm going to swatch that for you. I realised I always thought I had no lip liners, but looking, I was like, I actually have quite a few lip liners and I don't tend to use them, so I'd like to get use out of a few of them. So I'm going to try and use that. The last product, I wasn't going to add any more lip products, but I feel like I should. So I'm trying a liquid lipstick this month and seeing how I get on with it. I don't know how I'm going to measure progress because I find it quite hard to tell where I'm up to with liquid lipstick, but I'm adding Lime Crime Cashmere. I feel like I've used it quite a lot, but you can't really tell where I'm up to, but I guess you'll be able to tell if it's empty, or I might try and pop it in some warm water, see if it sinks to the level where it is. But it's quite a wearable colour. It's that colour there. It's kind of like a nudie greige sort of thing. It's just that top swatch there. So I'm going to try and finish that. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know if you're panning and how you're getting on. Again, I would love to hear all about your project pans, and if you're doing it on YouTube or Instagram or anything like that, or blogs, link me to them because I love seeing other people's things for inspiration. And remember, if you like this video, to thumbs up and subscribe. Bye!